Welcome or welcome back to Clear Sky Technologies. I'm Isaac, a SuiteDash Sensei certified expert. This is the first lesson in a 4-part series designed to walk you through creating an onboarding system in SuiteDash. Each lesson builds off the ones previous, so be sure to watch the lessons in order to get the most value for your time. By the end of this series, you'll have a fully functional onboarding system. You'll also gain an understanding of how all the parts fit together, allowing you to refine and expand your process as needed. Today, we're laying the foundation on which everything going forward will be built. In this video, we'll go over how to create a kickoff form to bring new clients into your system, and a dashboard to ensure they have everything they need. Let's dive in. Alright, here we are in SuiteDash looking at the Forms menu, available through the Forms link here in the main menu on the left-hand side. We're going to create a new kickoff form. You see I've got quite a few forms in this installation, but we're just going to create a new one for the purposes of our demonstration today. Now, a kickoff form is really the entry point for everyone coming into your system. This is the first point of contact that will set them up as a contact in your system and allow you to trigger automations on that contact as they're coming in, right? Let's take a look at the form. So the first 3 fields here, primary, email, first name, and last name, these are required by SuiteDash. These are the fields that SuiteDash uses to identify a unique contact in your system. So because of that, you can't remove these fields from your form. You can remove, you'll note, the company name field. However, before you do that, you need to think very carefully about how you treat companies versus individuals and review all these options to make sure that you have it set the way that you need it to be set before you decide to go ahead and remove it. So, here is where we see the fields that are currently a part of the form. These fields have been added already by default. We can rearrange these fields if we need. We can hit the drop down here and toggle a few options. We can add some subtext, like if you need an explanation for whatever the data point is. There's some options in there definitely worth looking at, although they're not used too frequently. We're not going to go into it too deeply for the purposes of this video. So in the next section below, this is where we've got the field selection. Okay, these drop downs here are showing you the different types of custom fields that you've got already created in your system that you can just simply select and add to your form like that. Okay. If you need a new field, you can simply click this plus button, and it pops up the light box here where you can type in all the information you need, create your custom field, click add. It will automatically add that custom field and then add it to the form as well. Clicking this button will just take you into the Manage Custom Fields area of your system, so you can do a little bit deeper dive in there if need be. Now, below that, we have 2 sections that look very much the same, and I want to draw your attention to this because it's so easy to overlook these. I still make this mistake myself sometimes. First, we have the settings for unknown targets. This is when people fill out your kickoff form and their email address is not already in your system. This is considered an unknown target. So this is how you want to treat those folks. But we have a different set of settings available for known targets. If the email address is already in your system, you might want to treat them differently if they're already a client of yours. Maybe there's different automations you want to assign, so on and so forth. Now you'll note there's a couple required fields here, role and coordinator. We have not filled these out, so we need to do that. There are 3 options for role: lead, prospect, and client. We won't go too deep into the differences there, but it's important to note here that as you change the permissions, the available options down here begin to fill out. right? We have a lot more options available for a client than we do for a lead. So that will all be dynamically chosen, and you'll have available any automations appropriate to that role. So now I'm going to select myself as the coordinator. Here again we've got some automations that we can add. You can select a circle for them to be added here. You can create a document, project, and then a whole slew of automations here. Very cool stuff. This is how you fire the automations as they're coming into your system, right? We're going to do this just really high level. Here, if you want them to be invited to your portal right away, you'll want to toggle that on. I always toggle this one on so that way I'm alerted whenever someone fills out one of my forms with all the information. I know who's sending me what, just to keep an eye on things, right? This option allows you to require them to pay in advance before they get access to your portal. Very cool option. We're going to turn that off for now just to keep things simple. Under the known targets, we have a couple options here. If they are a lead, you have the option to change them to either a client or a prospect. Or if they're a prospect, you can opt to change them to a client. Note that you can only change going up the ladder, not down. So then again, we've got the same assignments here with circles, coordinator, salesperson. Because this is a known individual, we have to assume they already have a coordinator and may or may not have a salesperson. So we're going to say no changes. If you put anything here, it will actually change that person of record for the contact as they come into your system. More often than not, people don't want that to change. Then again, we've got the same automations available here for the known folks that we had for the unknown folks. And again, the same invitation and email automations here as well. Let's see, did we name this form? I don't know that we did. We didn't. Let's call this new client intake. All right. Now I'm going to save the form and keep editing over here on the right, just so that we can keep moving. Uh-oh, do we have an error? I think we have an error. Let's see what happened. I should see some red text if there's an error. It won't let me save it. Oh, there it is. Please select an item from the list. I told it to change if lead, then change to, but I didn't tell it what to change to. I'm actually going to turn both of those off. And we'll try save and edit again. Let's see. Hey, it worked. Okay, did it right. All right, so then the next place that we're going is the link embed tab right here. All right, now on the right-hand side of the screen, we're going to get this preview of the form so we can see just what it'll look like when the client is looking at it live. It's pretty cool, huh? Over here, we have a lot of different options available. This is how you directly link to your form. You could just click this and it'll copy it, as you see, copy that URL to the clipboard. You can then send it in an email or a text message or however you like. You can also display the QR code for this form. Right? SuiteDash automatically generates QR codes which you can use in your marketing. Down here we can create a friendly URL. If we wanted to call this client intake like that and then click create URL alias. Now look at that. Now I've got a friendly way to refer to this, which will be much easier for use in like social media, or if you're at a networking event and you verbally tell somebody, hey, go to this web address, it's much easier to tell them this. Embed options here give you a little bit of control over the size of the form. You can use this to embed the form anywhere within the portal, and then this embed code to embed the form anywhere outside of the portal, like on your own website. Under submission options, we can change the text on the button. We can change the success message, including graphics, and the page title as well for that success page. Lastly, we have styling options where you can select and create custom form themes to easily change a bunch of settings at once. And again, some more granular options for when you're embedding the form as far as how it behaves on the website from embedding. So this is what you need to know about a kickoff form. You can, again, use either the direct link here or the alias URL here to share this form around, to embed it on your social media posts or what have you. And then as your clients fill this out, they will be brought into the system, and all of the automations that you selected will be triggered at that time. All right, let's talk about dashboards. To get to the dashboards, we're going to navigate to the content menu and then the dashboard sub-item below that. Now, a dashboard in SuiteDash can be considered like your user's home base. This is the information that you want your clients to see every time they log into the portal. So it might be shortcuts to other parts of the system. It might be documents that you want to make available to all of your clients. Whatever it is, it's whatever you want your client to see every time they log in, right? So let's just design a new dashboard. I'm going to click Add Dashboard. We're going to start from scratch here. We'll call this New Client Dashboard. Now, let's talk about the priority here. This does get a little complex, so bear with me. SuiteDash is going to look through the priority assignments in order from highest to lowest every time someone logs into the system. Okay, let's talk through this. So let's say Isaac Asher logs into the system. SuiteDash, in order to determine which dashboard to display, is going to look in these settings. And it sees, that this is assigned to Isaac as a staff member, as an individual. So somebody said, I want Isaac Asher to specifically see this information. That's the highest priority. So it stops there. It says, this is the dashboard for Isaac. This is the one it displays, and off it goes. Now, let's say that this is not here. Instead, we've got no teams, circles, affiliate. So let's say that we are designing this dashboard now primarily for our affiliate partners. When one of our affiliate partners logs in, SuiteDash will check to see, do they have a dashboard assigned to them as an individual? No? Okay. Do they have a dashboard assigned to them as a circle? Yes. Okay, this is the dashboard for them. And now it displays this dashboard for the affiliates. So this works the same way. Likewise with circles for clients or teams for staff members. Same sort of effect, and you'll see it's the same priority. Then the lowest priority is based simply on role. So maybe we want just our clients to be able to see this. So again, when a client logs in, then it's going to look through the highest priority, then the medium priority, then the lowest. But you'll see I'm getting a warning here. This is because I've got the role of client already assigned to another dashboard, and it's even telling me which dashboard it's assigned to. The reason for this is that you cannot have logic that steps on its own toes, right? You can't have the same role assigned in a role assignment to multiple dashboards, or it creates a conflict, and SuiteDash wouldn't have any way of knowing which dashboard you actually intended to set for the client. So this is a really good example of what happens if you end up stepping on your own toes. So what we're going to do is, what about salesperson? There we go. So we'll call this a dashboard for our salesperson, perhaps, and then I'll just save it. Okay, so, and by the way, side note, you don't actually have to have an assignment. If you just want to build this dashboard to build it, and then worry about the assignments after you get it built, you don't have to define those at the very beginning. Okay, so this is the dashboard. In the dashboard, we've got rows that contain columns and blocks. Those are the building blocks. Within this row, I can click on the small plus at the top or the bottom here to add a new block. These are the blocks available. They're slightly different than the blocks that you will see available for portal pages because dashboards have slightly different functionality. So lots of different things that we can do here. I'm not going to go over all of them, but I'm going to go over a few just to build a really quick sample dashboard so you can see. One of the first things I like to include on my dashboard for my clients, for my staff, will always be the reporting block, right? Then we get to pick which items we want to show and how many tiles, 1, 2, or 4. So we can pick just these different items here like this, and there's our beautiful reporting block. Again, everything that we do on the dashboard, of course, will also be automatically mobile friendly. So if they're viewing this from a mobile device, it will rearrange and reorder itself so that it still is a nice experience. You don't have to worry about that. So lots of blocks available, but let's say that this dashboard isn't for a staff member. Let's say instead it's for a client. So we might want to put, I'm a big fan of the announcements block. Here we go. Just like that. Look at that. And now we've got announcements on the client dashboard. You can create announcements under the content menu here. We might cover that in a separate video. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me cover announcements in another video. So here's an announcements block. So this will display any little bits of information that you want to share with your clients. We may also want to put my tasks so that the client can see what is expected of them on any joint projects that you're working on. Again, you have lots of options here as far as what information you want to display to the client in this block. So there's my tasks, but gosh, I don't like how this takes up the whole width, right? We've got information on the left, we've got information on the right, and boy, there's a lot of empty space in between. Boy, what are we going to do? Let's click up here in the row, second icon over, this little square. This gives us the opportunity to subdivide this row into various smaller containers. Maybe we could do like a half and half. Well, that's kind of nice. I might want to take it down a little bit more though. There we go. That's nice. I like that. So now in this other column, we can then add some more blocks. I think I want my client to be very aware of the invoices if they have invoices due or what have you. So here we can add a lot of different options as far as what we want to show, or you can just hit save with the default. So there, now the My Invoices block will have prominence on the dashboard, but my client will still be able to see announcements and tasks. Boy, I really like this. This is a good dashboard. So I'm going to go ahead and save it. On the right-hand side, just click this button here to save. Now, at this point, this dashboard is saved and immediately active. So any clients or staff members that you assign to this dashboard will then automatically be routed to this location as soon as they log into SuiteDash. One little trick to show before I wrap up here is the preview. On the right-hand side, I click the little eyeball icon to preview this dashboard. And now it gives me the opportunity to preview it as a staff member or a specific client. And by doing it this way, you can see exactly what your client or staff member would see when they log in. This client doesn't have any invoices or tasks assigned, and we just have the one announcement there, so it's a pretty clean dashboard. But this is how you can tell exactly what they're going to see. You can check your work, and in the top left corner here, you can also check the view on different sized devices just to make sure that everything is going to be the highest quality experience possible. That's it. Now you've got a very basic onboarding system all ready to start bringing on your new clients to SuiteDash. Over the next few lessons, we'll continue building and improving our onboarding system. Go ahead and try building a dashboard and kickoff form in your own portal, and let me know in the comments if you struggled with anything along the way. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like button and let me know. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next lesson. If you're ready to level up your business or just need some help with SuiteDash, be sure to check the description below for ways to connect with me directly. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.